Alright then, let's get into this. Hello folks, hopefully everyone can hear me well, if this is all working as it should. Drenduh Tyrof, welcome, finally, to more live streaming of me animating Dren and Loz's Toast to Sandvich quest. Now, before I mention anything else, I should probably start with the fact that I have got a new desk. It might not seem relevant to you, but because it's bigger, I can now, instead of having to worry about my little phone to watch the chat and look at how the stream's doing in general, I can just look at it on my laptop instead. Which is, you know, pretty good, I'd say. I'd say it's quite nice. And obviously I can just have a chat in a full window here, which allows me to see it quite easily. But yeah, still a bit of a hassle to rejig it, and my mic isn't as good in position as it could be, but, you know, it's in a fairly alright position. If you're wondering about the music, it's a track I made myself using a website called Soundtrap. So feel free to check that out. You might be hearing it later on with a video I'm working on. Maybe I should put that in a little bit of a better position. Unfortunately, I do have to, like, alt-tab back and forth to see if, like, you know, concurrent viewers and the actual people in there, and that ever gets me close to the mic and I sound louder. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, so basically I'm just gonna animate some stuff here. So in case you weren't here last time, I'm experiencing a little bit of lag for some reason, but oh, I seem to have stopped. I don't know why, but I've stopped here. I kid, I placed this here before the stream because I felt like it, because I was messing about with the spy cloak tool, and I made this deformed civilian, because I've been playing TF2 Classic. But yeah. So with that out of the way, last time, there was a portal here. Drenduh, I'd already animated him falling out and slapping onto the floor with a bit of a roll. Loz rolls out, bounces, stands up, turns back, clicks his fingers, and the portal closes. And now I'm animating whatever happens next. So I could have him, say, I could have him, Loz, saying let's go, but he already said let's go before I went into the portal. So I'm just going to have Loz do one of those comically, you know, like gearing up to run things. Then he sprints off while Dren's just sort of groggily getting up. Then you hear a little screech noise. Dren turns over. Loz has stopped right in front of this sign. And he then freaks out or something. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that, but, you know, I'm going to do it all right. I'm not surprised many people don't show up. It's, you know, it's a Friday instead of a Saturday or a Sunday, but that's just I don't really have the time to, you know, do it on those days. This week, of course. I'm really going to try and do it last week as well, but, you know, the stuff got in the way. So, yeah, let's just get on with this immediately. That was the last position he was in, so I'm probably just going to animate him first. Dashing up. Still check on stream to see if everything's working as it should. Yeah, everything seems to be working as it should. But yeah, pretty good to have, you know, the thing here instead of having to look at a tiny phone screen, which I have to bend over to have a look at. I can just glance to the right and see what's on there instead of having to, you know, sort of put my attention over to there. And because it's not on my phone, I can actually see all of the chat. So whether it's like censored or not, I'll be able to see whatever you put in there, so you could swear as much as you want. It might not show up in the video, but I'll be able to read it. So now I've got to figure out how this pose is actually going to work. Okay. So I actually need to get rid of both those legs. Well, not both, just that one. No, not that one. That one. Get rid of that IK rig. Probably have him move up and move forwards a bit. And probably a bit back, actually. Seems more accurate. You don't see that, do you? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to know. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure all Windows notifications don't show up in the live chat. But yeah, because I've got Discord open. I'm going to close it on here, because I've got it open on there, just in case, you know, something important shows up. Which probably won't, but, you know, when I've streamed games in the past, it's, you know, sometimes I have friends trying to talk to me, so... which related to the stream, so, you know, yeah. Right. That's pretty good. I should probably bend it forwards a bit more, maybe. Like so. Maybe have him actually go down a bit. Obviously have his legs still remain mostly forward. And then if I can do that, I might be able to do this. And give it a noom. So his body should probably turn a little bit more like this. Maybe forwards, I don't know. Have it be something like this sort of pose. Maybe I'll even have it be from the side, like this. Maybe like a fairly zoomed out shot as Loz goes, pew. Maybe I'll do it something like this. I don't know. But I kind of want to catch Loz zooming off and Dren getting up in the same sort of shot. Oh yeah, it's not there. Okay, good. Right. But yeah, because I've... just about the alt tab, see how many people were here. And Casp just put something in the chat. Hey, man. Hey, Casp, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I've just started, so don't worry. I haven't really missed anything. You might have even been here from the start. I don't know. I only saw like 2 concurrent viewers, and I'll just check now. Now there's 3, so that's probably you, the third one. Don't know who the second one is. But in case you didn't catch it earlier, got a new desk. That allows me to put my laptop up as well as my computer. So I'm looking at the laptop for chat instead of just having my tiny phone screen, which makes it easier, and I can also see everything that's in the chat, not just the stuff that YouTube lets normal people see. But basically Loz is going to dash off to the sign. Yeah. Casp says, fine, but my laptop is dead. Without an A, so you know it's serious. As everyone knows, if it's without an A, it's truly... It's like the heavy saying dead, you know? Which I included in an upcoming video that you'll, you know, see. It's not an animation, it's more gameplay stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear your laptop's dead. Big oof. Not sure if you just mean out of battery or is in gone completely, but either way, it's a big oof, chief. You see, this isn't really a very easy pose to make in 3D, because it's often always done in, like, 2D for animations and stuff. Maybe I should have him do like this, move his leg back a bit, maybe, like so. And then maybe something like this. And his head's obviously going to have to turn. His eyes probably will as well. So now I use my iPad. Yeah, that's fair enough, Casp. I mean, if you're not using your phone, you might as well use your iPad. And if you can't use your laptop, I don't know what I'm on about. But yeah, that's what, you know. I've seen people do that in the past, so, you know. Because if you can watch YouTube on it, you know, you might as well. So, yeah. Right, so how am I going to do this? I still don't quite know how I'm going to make this actually look somewhat decent. But, you know, I'll keep trying. I'm obviously going to have to change that a little bit. I think his arm's a little bit bent, so I'm going to do that. And then move it up, like so. Am I going to need to move the collar up? I could do that. I could move the collar up and then maybe move this down, make it look a little bit more natural, but still have it so his shoulders up. And then his hand here. Oh yeah, that looks alright. That looks pretty good. Right. I'll take that one. And we put it there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to change his facial poses. I think I'm just going to have it so both his eyebrows are up now. But like not as up as before. Maybe his lips shall close a little bit. Yeah, I'll close his lips a little bit. Why not? Maybe that's just the lighting of this map that makes the lips look a bit strange. Or just his textures, I don't know. Okay, I'll still keep them up a little bit, you know. Whatever, I'll keep them basically where they were before. And, I like that, I guess. We don't see the sign in this shot yet, but we'll only see it afterwards when he stops by it, and there'll be like a dramatic sort of shot of this. Then Loz's freak out will happen. But yeah. Okay. So I've got that all done. Probably try and make it quite, you know, a fast movement. Oh yeah, I'll do that as well. I'll add a bit of bounce to it. And I'll remove that ease in. And I'll probably move it closer as well, actually. I'll move it a little closer. Put that about 3 afterwards, so... actually, no, I'll have it be 3 afterwards there, and 3 afterwards here, I guess. I'll make it 2, just to give it the bounce it needs. And it'll be like... Oh, I should probably move his foot as well, actually, shouldn't I? Yeah, maybe I should have thought about that before I, you know, did the bounce. I shall put this here. And figure out how I'm going to do this, because feet are always strange to pose in Gary's mod. I was watching The Ghost of Tsushima at Casp. Yeah, right. Funny story. Basically, while I was away last week, as I think I'd mentioned in the stream, I was trying to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on Crunchyroll, right? Because I don't have premium on it, I keep getting ads, which is fine. Except for the fact that I kept on getting the Ghost of Tsushima ad over and over and over again. Not as in just, oh, you have a Tsushima ad, another ad, a Tsushima ad, as in the same one. When one ad of Ghost of Tsushima ends, the same one starts again. And it was like 6 minutes of that before you can actually get back to the show. So I think at this point I've got an obligation to try out the game at some point. Because I've seen the ad so many damn times. You know, it looks pretty cool. I haven't seen too much of it, but I think it looks quite cool. I do actually quite like the ad on its own, it's just seeing it so many goddamn times. Right, okay, so that's that done. Ease in 1. Throw that in there, remove the ease in there, and pop it over here, and you there. Yeah, I think that works quite well. It's not, like, meant to look too realistic. It's meant to deliberately look cartoony, because it's a cartoony pose. Casper says it's a really good game. Well, I'd hope so. I mean, I've seen it get a lot of really good praise, so, you know, yeah. I would hope it's good, if it gets so much good praise from, like, mainstream and not mainstream reviewers, so, you know, yeah. But it does look quite good, from what I've seen of it. So I'll probably get it, like, at some point. Probably a while after everyone else has played it, but, you know, I'll get it at some point. I got, like, that Star Wars game, I forgot what it's called, but the one... That's how little I played of it, but I got it when, like, real close to launch, so it was, like, still the amount of money, but it was, like, Christmas, normal amount of money, but it was Christmas present, so, you know, I didn't have to pay for it. But I barely played any of it. I mean, it just seems a bit poorly optimized for old PS4s, which is what mine is. Mine's, like, an original PS4, I think. Actually, no, I think it's, like, a PS4 Pro? No. Slim. I think it's PS4 Slim. So it's not got the greater graphics of that later PlayStation 4 they made. But even then, all games still look pretty good on it, except for that one Star Wars game. But I've forgotten the name of for some reason. Fallen Order! That's it! Yes, Fallen Order. I actually enjoyed what I played of it quite a bit, but I just sort of stopped for some reason. I think that's because, like, at that point after that, we managed to get an Basically, I was running out of space, on my PS4, so a little while after that we managed to get an external hard drive for it, and that allowed me to install the other games I got, and basically I just got hooked on DMC5 for a while, Devil May Cry 5 for a while, so I sort of like forgot to go back to it. But from what I played of it, I did really enjoy it. Story-wise and character-wise, it seemed quite good. And lightsaber customization was probably my favourite part of the game. But combat was pretty good as well, so yeah. But yeah, I'll probably play some more of that at some point. I think there's a way of streaming from the PS4, so I might do that, but I might do it on like my Twitch, just because I'm not going to have overlays or anything, because it's straight from the PS4, and I don't know how you do that. But you know, yeah. Alright, so that's him animated. I'm going to have to probably have like something like that, maybe. Just to test how much of a break that is, because I have him do that and then he'd like speed off. Okay, I probably need to be a little bit longer then. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Right, okay, and then probably quite soon afterwards he'll probably just like break off completely. Like this, like so. Then his leg would probably just go, you know, forwards like this. Even though it's not necessary, because it's going to be so quick, no one's actually going to be able to, you know, spot wherever it looks like a decent run animation. But, you know, whatever. Or I hope no one's going to be able to spot if it looks like a decent run animation or not, because it's not going to, because it's literally like one, like, dash. One super cartoony dash. Super cartoony neum. Just across, you know, the screen. Something like this. And then that. Maybe like so. And maybe I'll have him move his spine forwards a little bit as well. No, instead of that, I'll just have him like move his pelvis back a bit, like so. Got it in a good spot. All right, okay, cool. And then, like so, and hopefully that would be out of the camera's range. There. Ghost of Tsushima, make learn me more Japan history. Yeah, well, from what I've seen, it seems to like be a really good portrayal of that sort of era of Japan. So, you know, yeah. If it can inform people or make people want to learn more, you know, that's always good in my book, I'd say. It's not necessary for a game to do that, but when it does, it's pretty cool. Especially when it's like, you know, doing something like that. There's a little sort of debate, not a debate, but there are some people trying to say that it's like cultural appropriation, which is dumb, because the way it shows it, it's not like appropriating the culture. It's literally set in Japan based on a real time period. So, you know, I don't know why you even think of saying it's cultural appropriation, but people will be people, I guess. Maybe I should actually make it a bit shorter than that. I'll have a bit of ease out as well. Maybe, actually no, I'll just have a 0.3 ease out. 0.3 of a frame. Actually, maybe I'll, what I'll do is I'll make it a little bit longer. See if that will allow anyone to, like, you know. Okay, no, that doesn't actually help at all. Leave it where it is for the sake of speed. And change that to 1, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good, actually. Probably got to make that a bit of a shorter break, if anything. Yeah, I'll make it like a few more frames shorter. There we go, that's good. Yep, okay, good. So now that that's done, I think this is also a pretty good camera angle as well. So I'm going to place a camera here for the time being. Kaboop. And then I'll do some of that. I'll actually probably have his thing start, just have it start something like here or something. Right, so how would getting up sort of work? I could just have it so he just, you know, goes like straight up like this, and just make it so he looks like he's pushing himself up. Maybe have his arms like go back a bit, and then have him like, you know. And then I'd also need this too, and I'd need to make these legs do that too. And obviously fix his arms. And I'll change how they're posed finger-wise as well. Is this? Nah, it's still like that. Alright, cool. I'm not sure if I'd really need these. Actually, yeah, I might do. Okay, right. So, if I was to push up from something, how would I do it? So I just... Right, let's just figure out how his fingers are gonna change. Like that. So I'll probably like move it more like so. Sort of do that maybe. Just because I think it was just me not like posing them from like a previous sort of position they were in, from when he like flies through and smacks the ground with his face. Actually, no, back of his head technically is where he hits it. He hits it with back of his head, sort of rolls a bit. And then, yeah. Right, it might actually be a better idea to maybe have him go back a bit, his hands. And then, pause a little bit, like so. Then I've also got to change those fingers as well. But, you know, whatever. I don't look too good. I mean, granted, no one's going to really see it here because it's not going to be from this angle, but I might as well make it, like, as good as possible. Just because. Okay. Boop. Oh. And then probably just... Yep, okay, right. I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay, right. And then I'd probably do some face posing stuff, make it like a little bit pained in his face. This one has like the normal like facial expressions, so stuff you'd see like in game. Whereas for Loz and for Dren later as well, I have the HWM faces. This guy allows me to do some more stuff with it. Nope, not pain big upper. I don't need that. Is there like a pain small upper? It's pain small, which actually works quite well for what I'm wanting. I just gotta, you know, figure out how I can make those eyes a little bit lower than they currently are. I could probably do that, maybe. Yeah, I could probably do that. Have his eyes go up a little bit more. Oh, pain small upper, maybe? Big upper, mad upper. Actually, no, yeah, mad upper is much better for what I want, actually. Not just pain small. I have a little bit of pain small, just not a lot of pain small. And then that. Okay. That'll probably be good for that. I might actually want to stretch it out a little bit more, just for the sake of, you know... Okay. Okay. Gotta change these as well. Oh yeah, that's what I do. I just gotta change it so it is a better shoulder position. It would probably be like, because with this bit you probably like have a little bit of bounce with him getting up. Right. Already get rid of that pain. Small. A better mad I could do, maybe? Yeah, I guess that works quite well. then the next one, his eyes will probably open up as well when he sort of bounces up a bit. Okay. Never really animated like a someone getting up thing before, so this is a new experience for me, certainly. I'll probably have his thing move forward a bit as well. Okay, let me just check how the stream's doing on there. Okay, cool. That's probably maybe a little bit loud, and I apologise for that. Because of how I put my mic, it's somewhere where if I do that, it gets closer. And if I'm over here, I want it to be loud enough to hear. So, you know, yeah. If you notice anything, like, that you don't like about the audio, then just let me know. Okay, a little bit of bounce. I could do the faces later. Okay, let's see how that looks from this position. It's not like you're going to really see his face much anyway. Laptop is 3-year-old, so it died, but mostly power button is broken, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. That's annoying. My laptop's about 3 years old as well, and it's died. It's not died, because obviously I'm using it right now, but it's sort of broken. Basically, I can't use it unless it's plugged in. It doesn't charge battery-wise. So, like, if I go over to it now and click on it, it says 0% available. Power mode plugged in, better performance. But it's 0%, so it's technically not got any battery in it. So I think the battery on it's broken. Which might be able to be replaced, but you know, the laptop's getting old now, so I don't really need to worry about that. Yeah, there's a bit too much empty space in this camera angle. Well, that sucks. Yep, it does, but hey, at least mine works, so I'm happy for that, and I'm sorry yours doesn't. The power button's broken. There was a time when I thought my power button was broken. You know, yeah. I had something a while ago, which you might have seen on my DeviantArt, because I made a journal about it. But basically, if you'd like scrolled back in my journals, but that was something I made a while ago talking about how basically on my laptop, my original hard drive went kaput. I'm pretty sure I've still got the old hard drive somewhere. We had to get it replaced with an SSD. But yeah, and I lost everything I'd done on it to that point. There were some things that I'd saved elsewhere, but anything that wasn't was just gone completely, and it was really infuriating. Fortunately, like, any big projects I'd started on there were mostly scrapped already, so I wasn't going to be working on them in the first place. But, you know, yeah. It was still very, very annoying and heartbreaking. But that's why I always save stuff onto, like, into many different places. So if one goes, at least I've got the stuff in the other place. Right. So, how does this work? That one, there's that one where he's more angry, and then this one he's going to have to start getting back to normal, I guess. Have a little bit of mad in his upper, but his eyes are going to be open now. Oh no, that's not how I open these ones at all. I somehow managed to click through him, which is strange, but whatever. It's not like anyone's going to really see his eyes at this point anyway, so, you know, whatever, it's not that important. Also, the mat doesn't look as good on him now. Could just be lighting, but, you know. Yeah, it's probably just the lighting makes it look a bit odd. But it's not like anyone's going to really see it from this angle anyway. Maybe from this angle a bit later. Let's go for normal mad for the time being. That moves his face a little bit as well. I close his eyes individually, which is pretty good. Which I might do, maybe. Maybe have him sort of rub his head because he smacked into that. And then you'll hear the sort of screech noise. Oh yeah, it's just this one here, so I can easily just, you know, do this. Maybe have his mad go away a little bit too. And then put his eyes back into the normal spot-ish, kinda, you know, whatever. It's not like I'm gonna see this bit anyway. I might, like, record it from this angle just so all this work isn't entirely to waste. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm really going to need to do that from a different angle. It's not got the best sort of, like, framing, if you will. This might be a better angle to do it from. Let me check with my, good old dots overlay. Rule of third with dots. I could somehow get it so it's like he's in the area, you know. Maybe something like this. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That'll be good. Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe I'll move his actual movement back a little bit. So, okay, let's just see now. Maybe it'll be closer to him actually, you know, like doing that. Okay, so instead it'll start there. So I'm gonna just move everything back 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And also 1, 2, 3, 4. Ironic because that's not actually, I didn't actually plan for it to, you know, do that, but whatever. Then, yeah, that works much better, I'd say. Alright, well, that's a bit of animation done already, and it's like, what, only half an hour in? It's pretty good. Now I just got to record that. I mean, he's disappeared. Yeah, he's disappeared by the time Dren stopped, so I can probably just have it so it, like, you know, how... Oh, yeah, he's already disappeared by quite a few frames anyway. So I'll probably, like, use whatever I'm going to do next for, you know, that. Right, okay, I'm going to place a camera just so this ankle doesn't get lost at any point. Ooh. Pardon me. Okay, right. Okay, that's good. So now, back over to OBS. What I'm going to do is the same thing I normally do at this point, where I mute myself and everything. And then I change the transition overlay thing, so it's instead just going to be, it's going to be this. So, you know that, and I'll just record it here and now. So, yeah. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, that is that done. Now I can transition back to that, turn on the desktop audio, even though there's no desktop audio actually happening. Kaboop. And yeah, now I can do a little bit more with the animation on Drenduh, basically. Just so I can have it so it, like, sort of like, doesn't just stop there. he'll have a bit where he sort of like, you know, rubs his head, if you will. Right, I'm going to add an ease in one there, but that's not going to be there finally, just so I can have a little bit of movement in between. Just so he doesn't look completely dead in between him stopping and, you know, rubbing his head. Okay. And he'll use his right arm. So I'll move that there. Like so. Have his collar go up, probably. That'll probably be the best solution. This is also going to need to go up, but, you know, slightly differently, because he's going to be putting it behind his head. So maybe it should actually be down for the time being. I don't know. I'm going to turn on the ghost of previous things. Maybe I can tell you where I'm from. I mean, you know I'm from Scandinavia. Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you're from Scandinavia, so I do indeed know that. So yeah, you certainly don't need to go into any deeper detail than that, let me assure you. Unless, like, I don't know how Scandinavia works. I don't know if it has, like, counties or states or whatever, but, you know, yeah. If it's stuff like that, I guess it's fine. Just, you know, just don't put anything out there you don't want to put out there. You know, yeah. The states aren't important anyway. Countries really aren't important, except for knowing whether someone's, like, necessarily good at a language or not, I suppose. Oh, let me select it. Thank you. Okay. I think that'd probably be good enough for I've lifted my hands from their sort of pose. And then probably just, you know, up a bit and down a bit, like so. Right, actually no, his eye should probably be a little bit further down. Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, just in case. Alright, yep, fair enough. That would make sense. Right, mad. Just a little bit of mad, I guess. While he closes. Probably his left eye would also be the one to start closing, I bet. Maybe just, you know, just like here-ish or something for the time being. Oh yeah, probably should do some ease out here as well. Okay, put it there, I think. That should probably do. Right hand I can undo for the time being. And then move this up a bit. Move it this a bit. And then get his hand into the right sort of position. Well, arm and hand. Oh boy. Okay. I'm sure I can have his arm go a little bit like this. And then boop, like so. And now I'll use the IK rig to put it back down here somewhere. It's going to need to go back a little bit more, like so. I'll fix that arm later. And it's not going to be that low down anyway. It's going to be like here. Oh yeah, I should probably like move his head a little bit like this too. For the sake of that. Okay. I could probably turn the ghost off now. For the time being, at least. And then fix this. However, I'm going to fix that. Oh god, I have no idea how I'm going to fix that. Why is the rigging so strange? Help. That's not how that's meant to go. At all. Maybe it's this I should be moving around a little bit. I mean, look, it still kind of stays there, so, you know. Pretty sure if I, like, moved this down, it wouldn't, like, change that. It would, kind of. But, you know, whatever. I'll leave that there, and now I'll do the face posing and finger posing. And, of course, he goes fairly mad. Maybe change that. If I do that... yeah, okay, right. So it's actually just those that I'd only ever need to open. Not quite necessarily these. I'll put that there. Probably have to be like a bit more mad in the next frame as well. The sort of bounce frame, if you will. Okay. And then like so. Although it's like technically going to be a bounce frame, his hand's going to move a little bit into a better position for him. I guess. Right, okay. Do that. Yeah, probably stretch this out a little bit more. Maybe put that there. Probably have to put an in-between one here. But that kind of works. It does sort of like clip through him a little bit. So unless I put that there, the in-between frame. You know. Yeah, I'll do the in-between frame now. Just for the sake of, you know, clarity. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be alright. Right, then we ease in one. You know, and ease in one, and I'll just change his hand so it's, you know, in a bit of a better position. Yeah, I'll do that. For this bounce frame, quote unquote. It's not really a bounce frame like any other bounce frame I've done. Oh no. Is that his hand? That's not his hand. Why can't I select his hand? Oh, come on. Let me select his hand. Casp says, I remember I watching TF2 video Hair Man. I realised that First Blood was a fake hair. I mean, yeah, technically. I mean, if you think of it in the case of the Scout character from TF2, because he's a character outside of just an archetype and a class. He's got like a story and a backstory, quote unquote. Of course, he's got a personality that we all love, debatably. But obviously, he's bold. Well, not necessarily bold, but he's clearly sort of either bold or shaven. Well, not bold, literally, but he's got very short hair, and it's most likely shaven. Like most of them, and most of the other mercs. There isn't actually a merc with proper hair, really, except for, like, you know, very closely shaven or cut or just bold in the case of Heavy and Engineer, I think. Except for Medic, and maybe Spy, but, you know, we don't see them Spy without his mask. Now, let me select his... Maybe this is his hand? Maybe this is his hand. It's not. I don't know why it's doing this to me. Just let me select his hand, please. Oh, okay, it's just a bit lower than normal. Alright, cool. Right, so let me just do that and then move it somewhere a little better. Still a cool hair. Yeah, of course it is, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if that's, you know, the story behind your Scout. I imagine so, because of the little things you posted on DeviantArt. But Drenduh, as a character, technically does still have his hair, and it's not fake for him. But, you know, yeah. It is definitely still a cool hair, which is why both of us have it on our characters. Okay. Actually, should probably maybe move that back a bit. Okay, cool. And this forwards, if I can... Come on, you're not even going to let me select his... Okay, I'll hit the old record button there. And then grab his lower arm and see where it's taken it. It's not taking it anywhere different at all, it's just not letting me select it for some reason. Well, whatever, I've selected it now, it's all good. But yeah. Right. First Blood Brothers. Yep. That's us for you. The First Blood Brothers. Which is a funny reference. I'm not sure if you've read the book or seen the play, but there's actually a play called Blood Brothers, which I had to study for school at one point. Basically, TLDR is that there are these twins that are separated at birth, and then they reunite at some point, but they don't know they're brothers, and they're not really... because one of the actual mother is superstitious, they don't know if... well, they're not allowed to know that they're brothers. But they realise they both have the same birth date, which then had this weird idea of being blood brothers, where they sort of like make a sort of like little pact, if you will, which then has even more irony later when it turns out they are brothers and they all end up on like opposite sides because one of them's not successful, one of them is successful. It's a big commentary on class and all that, so you know, yeah. But yeah, that's why I mentioned that, because First Blood Brothers, because it's not Blood Brothers, but it's First Blood Brothers, because we both have the first blood on our characters, and I'd assume we own them in game as well. Because like that was the first thing, because I'd created the Drenduh Tyrof character before I actually owned my own computer, so the laptop I'm looking at the chat on right now, and therefore before I'd owned TF2. It was just something that my brother had gotten at one point, well, downloaded at one point. So I'd created the character using the assets. So I had another character, but it wasn't called Drenduh, but it was meant to be a representation of me, but I sort of just stopped using him. And because most of his stuff was like workshop items, so I made one that uses only items from the game, and that's how I created Drenduh. And then basically, the first thing I did after I got, I think I bought the Backstabber's Boom Slangs, the first item that I bought from the Manco store. After that, I just bought the hair, the courtier's collar thing that he's got, and the bandage. I just bought those instantly from the market, because you can get them for quite cheap from the market, which is pretty good. So yeah. It's funny, because Loz's character, he also created it before he owned the cosmetics, the stuff. He'd already decided that those are cosmetics he wanted on his character. And then one time there was a sale on items, so I just bought them for him as a gift. So now he has those. Yeah. There was that thing with TF2 recently with all the hackers and stuff. So they like disabled chat for freemium. Not freemium, but you know, free players. And I was thinking, oh no, Loz has probably, you know, not got that. But fortunately, I do remember that I'm pretty sure he bought one of the like taunts, like the Ksowski kick, I think he bought. So he's a premium member either way, so it's fine. He can still access the chat. Right, okay. Actually, it would already be a little bit, you know, sort of like... I'm just going to hit record now. It would already be a little bit strange. Back then, I used a futurist hat called Crosscom Express. Sounds vaguely familiar. Is that the one with a sort of... eyepiece on it, like that hat and the sort of like red eyepiece thing for the scout? I don't know. I know there's something like that. I don't know what it's called, but you know, yeah. Yep. Alright, well, there we are then, I guessed correctly. I always thought that was pretty cool. I think I created a character with it at some point, but I didn't actually do anything with it. Oh no, I'm thinking of a Pokemon character I sort of created. It was a Mimikyu, but I put a scarf on him that I changed the colour of, and I gave one of the scout hats on him. It's not the same one, but it's one with a sort of cap with these red goggles on them. I think I've got like a little fire texture in the lenses. Oh yeah, that's why I can't really see any differences. And bad English again. Well, everyone does a little bit of bad English every now and again. Lord knows, listening to me ramble, I'm not particularly great at speaking it, at least. Pretty good at typing it, just not so much at speaking it. I'm gonna put my... Actually, no, I can just put my bottle on the table now, because I've got a table that I can fit stuff on. It's a great feeling. It's also got drawers as well, which is where I put all my drawing equipment. So, yeah. Lovely. I really like this desk. Pretty swell. I think that works pretty well. Maybe not the best piece of animation I've ever done, but you know, it works pretty well. Probably copy another one of those, like, down here, however many gaps this was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so about here-ish then, where that would need to be. Just make it look like sort of rubbing it a little bit. So he's going like... yeah. I freaking hate it. I assume you mean the bad English, but you know, yeah. If you mean the animation, then please let me know why. But I'm sure it's not too bad. Oh, I kid. Yeah. Skrunk. His head movements. And there'll probably be a little bit of pause here. And maybe I like have a full camera change for him like turning around. So you see Loz just sort of stopped and staring wide-eyed at the signpost. And then it reveals what it says. And then we might have a bit... Because now, while you're here, Casp, I had a bit of an idea for something. Because you mentioned a thing in a previous stream about finding the toasted sandwich, but then Casp has already eaten it. Basically, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the previous stream, but after Loz sees that sign, just a really loud scream that basically transcends across the dimensions. So it sort of zooms out of the whole planet. So then it just shows Casp in somewhere completely different, and he just hears just the screaming from just like far away of raw anger, and Casp's just like, what the hell is that? So you know, yeah, that's an idea I had at least to include your character in it, because I'm going to include some of my other like friends' characters and stuff. So that'd be one way to put yours in. I'll copy this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Cool idea. Well, thanks. I'm glad you think it's a cool idea. I certainly thought it was a pretty good idea. Because I'm really going to have something, like, really sort of, like, probably a little bit too ambitious, where, like, it zooms out of, like, the world and then the solar system. So it's really, really zoomed out view of the solar system. And then it's still, like, a really loud scream. And then, how it gets stopped is that this weird, like, as in, like, a muted symbol sort of appears on, the screen. So then the sound sort of cuts out, and then you see him sort of, like, you see his screaming, but, like, not actually, you know, you don't actually hear it. So then Dren just does something to stop Loz from screaming. That was another idea I had, but the Casp one might be a little bit better instead of having it zoom out of the entire world. It's much simpler, and it will, like, have a little bit of... A, it includes a cameo of your character, which I always like putting cameos of other people's characters in. And B, it just works quite well for... just makes it a little simpler. So all I need to do is just have it sort of be somewhere else, like a mountainous area or something, and then you just hear the scream. So it still rubs his head a little bit, and then probably here I can have him sort of like start to sort of like turn around a bit, just look at Loz, I guess, because you could probably the screech will probably be heard around here. It'll be like here, wouldn't it? Where he'd, you know, like, where I'd need to like link it in. Oh no, it'd be here, wouldn't it? And then I'd, you know, link it in. Okay, right, and then also you lucky you got the new desk. Yep. I mean, it was ordered like about a month ago-ish, and then it came, well, because me and my dad basically got it. My dad ordered it for me. He got a similar one because he, because of, you know, the Kyoho virus and all that. He's had to do more work at home, so he wanted to get a desk for the room he does work in. Basically, his makeshift office. But I was like, oh hey, I'd been meaning to get a desk for a while, so it was like, hey, why don't we get some? We were really gonna go for a different one, but then that one couldn't be ordered for some reason, so we just went with the same make as his, and we built it slightly differently. Because there's like a big sort of drawer with a bunch of shelves in on his. But with mine, we changed it so we don't have a drawer on it, we don't have a shelf, so I can fit my actual PC itself in there, the tower. Well, we put it on the other side, just because that's kind of where I wanted it to be. Actually, no, because basically my external hard drive, where I putting my stuff in, is having a little bit of a problem with the cable at the moment. So if you nudge it, it will all just like go skew-whiff. So to fix that, I just... Well, the main reason is that it's my headphone wire that's causing the problem. So naturally, if I have it on the other side, because the headphone wire is like on the other side of it, and not have to cross over, then that problem's solved. So, yep, and it's been working pretty well ever since. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna place our camera here. Pardon me. Bing bong. And then I'll animate him moving. Right, which one is it? It is his right hand. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's the left hand that stays down there, and his right hand will sort of move around a bit. So he'll move forward a little bit. His head will start moving. Well, his spine will start moving. Probably have his most pained facial expression. And then he'll... Actually, couldn't I, like, copy some of the, like, in-between ones here or something? Maybe I could just have that one. Have it go to that one, but have him bend forwards a bit. Then put his hand down somewhere else. Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to do that. So, put that here. And then, I'll do that. I'll have a little bit of an ease out as well. Have a bit of ease in, too, on here. Just so it's all like more of a gradual stop to it. To his head rubbing. Probably keep his hand actually where it is for the time being, at least, just for this sort of movement here. Oh yeah, it's all sort of skew-iffy and broken, isn't it? Head probably turns like this. Both his eyes were closed, and it'll be the most pained expression he's had. Alright, okay. And then... this one here, probably, but I'll just have it be modified so it fits what's actually going on a bit better. So, that will stay where it is, but that shall change. Maybe it will do that, and its collar shall go down a bit. And then this should probably move forwards, if anything. I don't know whereabouts this is meant to properly be. Probably about here. Then just move him up a bit or something. I don't know. And then move that down. Maybe I should move that back a bit and then up a bit. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I'll move that forwards a little bit as well. Okay, and boop. I'm sure that's probably good enough for that. And then I'll have a sort of bounce frame, but it won't actually be like, you know, a literal bounce. Yeah, probably do an ease in there. Okay, so this one, his eyes shall close fully, and he'll probably have a most pained expression on his face. Full mad. And then this down to... oh no. Up to there. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I think that'll work quite well. Actually, I should probably like extend that a little bit because there's a 5 gap there. So, you know, yeah. And then with this one, his face shall be changed yet again. His eyes shall be open. And his pain shall be less. Special action? I don't know. I don't know what special action would be. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good. Okay, right. Maybe I should just have it so that's actually where his thing sort of like goes onto his lap, I suppose. Is where his arm and hand is going. And I just got to change how that sort of hits it. Ah, god damn it. Stinky. Okay, if I... Oh, the face is still there. I must have accidentally recorded that or something. But right, let's do that again. Move this down. Maybe move this, like, there or something. Oh, boy. And then his hand goes like... Bing, bong, boom, bing. Like so, yes. Okay, and then I can put that more like that, and then have his hand just go up a bit. And everything else should probably be fine, although I'll move it all down a little bit to hit his actual leg. Okay, right, and then that, I probably don't even need to remove at all. Okay, good, right. And then I shall ease in one, and then take this frame, and pop it here. I'm sure that will probably be good enough for that. Oh yeah, that works. I'm just going to have to extend the frame count a little bit for it to make sense. Okay, right, so where is... Okay, good. I've got a camera there. How's this looking? Just going to real quickly check how the stream's going itself. Seems to be going fine. Fine and lovely and dandy. Okay. Yeah, seems to work. I actually don't quite like the bounce as much, though. Just because it, you know, moves it up a little bit. And I think it works quite well where it is already. Otherwise, just like it's sort of hovering there. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate it a little bit further. Casp says, anyway, I did make a Scar story where it's called First Encounter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that. That's one with the head crab, right? Story of how you got your Scar. You know, like, early on in Drenduh's lifespan, before I actually started putting him anywhere, like, before I start making animations or stuff, he technically used to have a Scar, because that was before I discovered the technique of removing it. But then I discovered it, like, before I actually started making stuff with him online, so technically, canonically, he's never had a Scar. Except for this future design for him that I've got, but, you know, that's like an alternate timeline thing. Right, so, both hands, that, his arm, well, his spine just a little bit like that. Maybe his head a little bit like this, too. Then maybe here, because it's still in the same place. Here's where I could probably do a bit of bounce instead. It wasn't good for me. Yeah, I mean, that's well... of course, a Scar would not necessarily be good for anyone. Especially what could cause it. Especially first encounter with a head crab. I mean, damn, those things are nasty. I'd certainly never want to encounter a head crab in real life. Yeah, it works pretty well. What I'll then also do, for the sake of movement later, is I shall pop this in, and I shall move it down quite a bit. Yeah, it's not really like, you know, the most movement ever. But it's still a little bit of life to its movement. Actually, no, it still looks pretty dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to instead take this and I'm going to copy it all the way down here. Okay. Let's pop him all the way there. Just like a slow head move, doesn't really look that good, really. So I think I'll just remove that, and I'll just have it stop there, I think. Because there'll be the bounce of his hair. Sort of help with it. Help with movement, if you will. It won't really be there for long either, so, you know, whatever, it's fine. Okay, right. Well, that's 2 bits done already. Seems to be sort of the, general thing with my streams. I get like 2 like good bits of animation done, which I can easily edit in. I'm going to start doing these a bit more regularly, say once or twice every week, you know. I think that'll help quite a lot with getting this on the way. Maybe I'll even be able to get past this scene soon, by the end of this season of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to, you know, do the thing with the recording. So yeah. Oakley dokley. That is that bit done. Which is wonderful. So now I've got to have a little bit with, from this sort of angle, but I've got to make it shut so Loz obscures the thing in its entirety. Maybe like this, I guess. Okay, so, I'm not going to really need this anyway. I don't even need to save it either. This will probably just be like a, just, you know, completely still, I think. Right, so. Put him in a good position. Oh, obviously I'm not going to be able to see if that's a good position until I actually go back to where this is. Yeah, it looks like a pretty good position. Although, he's not going to be just A-posing. He's going to actually, you know, B-posed. Haha, get it? A-pose, B-pose. I'm bad at puns. Actually, no, I'm good at puns. Because puns are bad. So you've got sort of like a little bit of a slant to his stance. A little bit of a, you know, hunching over a little bit as he stares at this sign. Maybe I'll move him back a bit as well, actually. Maybe if I move him back, that might help. Or make it worse. Tell you what, I'm going to place a camera here now, just so I can, you know. Because if I do it from this, it makes his legs look really short. So I'm not going to do it from there. I'm just going to do it from like this. Something like this, maybe. I'm going to see if it lines up well with this. Oh! Basically, nearly perfect. Nearly perfect lining up. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Alright, lovely. I'm going to place camera right now, because that's good. Originally I was making comic, but I don't have much time for doing it, so I just make that picture instead. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I've kind of worked on GMOD comics before. You can see an old one I had called, like, what was it? New World Rising? I don't know. Basically, I never finished that, but it's basically a weird, like, post-apocalyptic story where Drenduh was trying to survive alongside Lolbit from Five Nights at Freddy's, the Mimikyu character I mentioned earlier, and Amy Rose, and a Bionicle character I made. So, you know, yeah, that was strange. I never finished that, and now all the files, like save files and stuff for it, are completely gone, so, you know. Yeah. I'm never finishing that, but that's fine. It's been scrapped anyway in terms of other stuff. There's a comic I'm kind of working on a little bit, involving some other friends' characters. I'm not sure if you've seen him on DeviantArt, but a guy called Tanner. His, DeviantArt artist's name is Tanner the Cat, but, basically he has a series with his Scout of Time, who's basically like Doctor Who, but a scout. It's in like TARDIS and everything. It's intentional, of course. But yeah, I made a sort of tie-in thing with his. I don't actually like mention it being a thing, so it's not like canon to anything. It's just a little fun thing I started. So yeah, but making GMOD comics takes a while. So you know, I can either spend my time doing other stuff, playing games, animating, or making a comic. So yeah, there's a sort of like story-based stuff with Drenduh, but I was working on called Tyrof Tales, but I haven't done much with that yet, but I will probably at some point, whether it's through comics on DeviantArt or animations on YouTube. Originally that was the idea, animations on YouTube, like a big sort of like web series, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to properly do that. So you know, I might just make like continuations to this sort of series, with like sequels with the characters doing random stuff. They're probably not related to Sandviches, except for this one, and that'll just be a sort of thing that exists a little bit. Yeah. Yup, I read his comic and it's good. Yeah, he does make some good comics. I am enjoying his Scout of Time series. It is quite enjoyable. Yeah. I actually just like reading GMOD comics in general. Like, there's a guy called Lemurfot, or Lemurfot, I suppose, what his name could be. Lemurfot. He's got a series. It's not like related to TF2 characters or anything. It's completely original characters. I think it's called My Prince. Basically, there's a knight and there's a prince. But the knight's an idiot. He speaks like an idiot, but he's a knight of practicality, so he doesn't really fight. He just finds weird ways to get around all of his problems easily. And then the prince looks very feminine, but it's actually really funny in my opinion. It's done with like sort of like Vindictus characters, and it's also really well edited and put together too. So yeah, but like it takes a long time for one of them, like a few pages to come out. So you know, which is fair. Just like with Tanner's stuff and with comics I've tried to make in general, it takes a long time for stuff to come out because it takes a lot of time and effort to make them. Because that's content creation for you, time and effort, and sometimes it doesn't even really pay off. Well, a little bit. Yeah, seems fair. I haven't even changed his thumbs. God damn it. I need to put his thumbs into a better position. Because they're not clenched fists anymore, now are they? Am I going to do his wide eyes now, or am I going to save that for later? Maybe I should also change just how his collars and stuff are being done in general. Maybe if I, well, first of all do this, second of all do this, and third of all move them down a bit. Like, completely down, like this. That might work, maybe. We'll have to see. I'm going to have to move his, like, things to be a bit better. Otherwise, it's like a very strange dance move with his hands flipping in. Update, I'm still bad finger pose. Well, that's finger posing for you. It's hard. I was never particularly great at it. But it's just, finger posing follows a weird sense of logic, and I don't get how it works. There was some models, just finger posing is broken. Like, I downloaded some stuff from a bit of a website. Doesn't really have the most safe for work GMOD models on there, but it had some DMC models, so Devil May Cry 4 models, which you can't find anywhere else. I'm like, yes, some good models, and some of them are good, like the Nero models, the Dante models, I think the enemy models as well, but the Virgil model, which is the most important one to me, has broken finger posing and doesn't work with the ragdoll mover. And it just, it's annoying. So I have to pose him with a phys gun if I ever pose him, or try and make a rig myself. Because I do know how to rig ragdolls for Gary's mod. It just takes a very long time, and sometimes it doesn't always work. It's a bit of a hit or miss sort of thing, is rigging for Gary's mod, which is probably why not a lot of people do it. Why it takes forever for anything to properly come to Gary's mod unless it's coming as a player model. Well, I'm going to record here anyway, just so, you know, I have this saved as a thing, in case I, like, move around. Face poser, yeah, I'll do his wide eyes, I guess, now. Brow in. Big eyes. I think these go down to here, and then this just goes to 0.5, I think. Yeah, that seems about right. And then all of these I can probably... Oh no, that's jaw. I need to keep that there. It's these ones that I can return to 0, I think. Ah, right, this one here. There we go. And then probably lip CNR twist, probably. I'm gonna throw on some lighting just so I can see it a bit better. Lip CNR twist. I don't know what else is necessarily being messed with for this. Frown is those ones, so you know, yeah. It's not like the same level, which is strange. I don't get why they're not the same level when both brow in and brow out are at the same place. Maybe it's the... oh yeah, this frown's on like 52. So, you know, yeah. And then Platypus, probably. That'll probably be good for it. Maybe it's just these in general. Maybe some of these do need to be 0.5. Oh yeah, that looks a little better with them. Right, the Platypus probably should just go back to wherever it was before, which I think was here, probably. 5. 5. Actually, no, that looks like it would be 0, so, you know, yeah. Maybe his jaw should be a little bit open. His eyes should probably be in a bit of a different position as well. Maybe something like this. Okay, cool. So that's him done. I'm going to hit record here. I might even be able to animate his eyes sort of twitching as he looks at it later on as well. I'll technically record it as a video, but I'm not going to actually, you know, have it be a video. Because of how recording works, it still keeps a video track in Sony Vegas, so I might as well just not mute my voice while doing this and just do it as it is. And just hit record, so you can all still keep hearing me while I do this. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably take this and I'll, in Vegas, have a slow sort of zoom in tilt. Just very, very slow. This will probably be like a long shot. Just keep this here. And then, I think there are two ways I can do this. I can either have it so it shows the sign first, or it shows Loz's sort of twitching eye first. One of the two, I don't know. Anyway. Let's animate his twitching eye anyway now. Because I've got plenty of time, actually. And I think I will stop soon. I just kind of, you know... It's tiring. Animation is tiring, let me tell you that. Alright, okay, so... Bing, bong, boom, bang. Let's go over to you. I doubt these would need to change much, but I'll change them anyway, just because. Then this. Let me select his face, please. I'll probably keep that there, and I'll just change his how his things does, so it goes up like that, and then I'll move these down, and then I'll move this all the way down. Then I'll move that back to where it was, and I'll have it be a little bit more intense with his lips and stuff. Oh, what? Oh, what? Hold on. Oh no. Oh no, these are all meant to be sort of up here in the first place. Oh no. Alright, well whatever, I can still fix this by changing those to 5. 0.5 I suppose. 5. 5. 5. Yep, that's where it's meant to be. Originally. Alright, okay, so that's that. I'm going to keep it on for this, just so I can, you know, keep that as it should be. And I move this back to where it should be. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where that goes. And then these as well. I put these back to 0.5. Boop. Oh, I haven't even hit transition here. Oopsie. Should have probably done that earlier. Right, the stream's still going, isn't it? Yeah, the stream's still going, good. 4 concurrent viewers, I don't know who they are. I've only got it open once. In here, I don't know who the second person is. Third person, I believe, is Casp. And fourth person, I don't know. So if you want to hop in the chat at some point, you can. Anyone can hop in the chat at any point if you want. New, old, doesn't care. It doesn't matter what. I'm just saying random bull katonki at this point. Whoops, says Casp. Yeah, it's fine if you know, you don't need to like worry too much about it. If you're not got something to say, you don't need to say anything. But I just, you know, like a little bit of interaction every now and again. Right, maybe these should also go to being 5. Yep, there we go. That'll probably be good, I think. Alright, so then it'd probably be like a real quick twitch. Something like this. Maybe not even that, actually. Actually, no, if I do an ease out of 1, I can maybe put that, like, here. Then I'll add an ease in of 1 as well, because that's just how it's going to sort of work. It's going to be here. It's going to go. Don't know what would be a good angle to put it in. Maybe something like this, maybe? I don't know. Sort of like this, where it's like... And there'll be a long pause. I'm going to have to extend that a little bit. Let's extend that to 155 for now. Okay, and then we copy that to here. Copy this to here. And copy this to here. And then I'll just make that 7 for now. We've got enough space. Then add this to here. How's that looking? And then obviously that happens just because of animation. So now if I'm just going to bump it all the way up to 200 for now, just so I've got enough space for it as I do this and have it go. Yeah, I'll probably go some really like disgusting flesh squelch sound to show his raw anger. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to record this now as well. Again, I don't need to worry about the mic or anything, so I can just separate that and delete it later. When I actually edit all these together. What I could spend this, the rest of this stream editing these bits in and showing you how the bit with, that I edited from last stream looks altogether. We'll edit it, worry about sound first, and then I'll add music last. Anyway, let's record this. Let's record this. Standing there. Give it a few seconds. I'm sure that'll be fine, because I just need to show that a little bit. Okay, good. Now, I just need this here. Mad Loz is mad. He is very mad. He is annoyed by the lack of ingredients. Probably do something like this. Go. Yeah, something like this could work. Because, like, I can't really do it, like, a proper zoom unless I did it, like, out here and then I'd zoomed in Vegas. So it'll probably just be better to do it here. And I probably have, like, the, kill sound thing. Like, you know, the you were killed by thing in TF2. I'll probably do that. Alright, okay, let's see if I can do this correctly. That one kind of works. But I'm also just going to try one more. Alright, okay. I'm sure that'll be enough. Right, okay, so I'm going to make a save and I am going to edit for the rest of this. Just because that's just what I want to do, really. I'm a bit tired by all this animation anyway, and I've only animated very few. But the next one's going to be a pretty big gag, so, you know, I'll just do that another time, I guess. So, right, so now I can make a save of this. Save that game. And then everything should be in its final positions now. So even if I do that, you know, it should just have him at his default sort of like shock position. I don't really need to animate any more eye twitching. Because it'll be after that he screams, basically. And I probably have some... might be able to do something here where I can get a good angle where it is Dren and Loz. So you can sort of see Dren in the background here as Loz just sort of gets even angrier and begins to shout. But yeah, I made a save, haven't I? I haven't saved it. Yep, saved. Everything's at its default position. I'm going to make another save just in case. So I know that everything's at its default position. And yeah, that should be everything recorded. Just going to check my recording files on OBS. Yeah, that's everything, alright. Okay, lovely. Right, so, now that I've got that, I'll exit Gary's mod, and I shall edit all of those together. And also put them in the right folder places as well. So, you know, yeah, how are we doing? Still pretty good. Consistent 4 viewers, which is always very nice. Consistent amount of any viewers is pretty nice. So first thing I've got to do is actually pop them into the right folders. Because instead of leaving it in my normal recording folder, I like to pop them in. So I've got into this other folder I've got of all my animation stuff. So I therefore have less space taken up in that drive of the stuff that's being recorded. So I can record more stuff like gameplay and things. Where's this? I think it's in fully... no, not fully edited. It goes in final files? Frames recorded, that's where it is. Dren and Bacon's posted Sandvich quest. Oh yeah, I remember that. That will be important later on. Right, so let's take these few files and let's pop them into here. Okay, right. That should be everything. Then I can delete them from here, and now I can actually start opening up OBS. Not OBS, Vegas. Because if I didn't have OBS open, I wouldn't be able to stream. Oh god. Okay, right. Just want to close down my browser as well. I'm not sure if it's on there. Yeah, it is. So at the moment, this is something else. This is a different video I'm doing, which is basically like the Open Fortress videos I've got. Speaking of that, there's going to be another Open Fortress video premiering next weekend. Well, not premiering, but it's going to launch next weekend. The second part, where I run into a certain person I'd known before. But yeah, so this is all just stuff related to that. So we're not going to worry about that for the time being, and instead we're going to go to Drenlow's Toast Quest. But yeah, basically I wanted to do a video like the Open Fortress ones, but it was Team Fortress 2 Classic. Unfortunately, it was really hard to find a server with just the base game modes for some reason. So I went on a randomizer server, had a blast, and decided to put it into a video. At one point I become a scout with 2 shotguns, so you know, that's lovely. I think I've shown all of this is trailer stuff. And then from here onwards is not trailer stuff.
What the hell's going on? No.
I had a bit of a flash in there as well. Right, that bit never really plays in playback, but basically I reversed a portal being deleted to make it look like it's being opened. See a little bit of it there during all the buffering. But yeah. And then it's here. And that's what I've edited so far. A bit of a, you know, laggy sort of feel to it, and it's not on the full video thing, but I can just go through that afterwards once I've edited these together. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the sound tonight. I might have the time to put the sound together, but at the very least, oops, I'm going to do that. My display capture is turned off, isn't it? Yes, good, lovely. I have display capture as well, but you know, I don't want to use that because I'm only using this. Right, so let's throw these into the project files. And throw that in here. And then fine, probably the second one would probably be the good one to start off with. Probably from about here would probably be a good space. Oh, this just doesn't work for some reason nowadays. Oh no, it does sometimes, just I gotta click on it properly. Oh no, this isn't the second one, this is only the first one, okay. Well, in that case, I'll do that from here then. Oh yeah, that works quite well, okay. And then just the bit where all the movement stops is probably where I'll have it stop. Alright, okay, cool. I'm just going to use right-clicking and trim end there. Actually, no, I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter. Is about here good? Yeah, about here is probably good. Boop. No, that's not what I needed. I need to do this. Come on. Actually, there we go. Actually, no, I should probably have it even shorter, I think. Oh, yeah, even here. You know, it's still not starting. So I'll put it there. God, that. Maybe I should have it be a little bit extended. And then I'll have it swap over to this second angle here. I think I'll just use, yeah, I'll use the second recording I did of that. Find where it all starts. Oh yeah, here-ish. Okay, right, so. And I'm going to have it be from the first frame. Actually, I'm going to put it onto the best full thing, just so I can see it a bit better, where all the movement stops and starts and things. Alright, so I think it starts here. So let's trim start, and then let's move that to there, and see how this flows. And I could probably stop it about here-ish, I imagine. Maybe I should have it be extended a little bit forwards, just a little bit. Just extend it forwards like this. Right, next up the bit with that. I can actually just drag it straight into the file thing there. Give me a minute whilst I go over to this and see that on my laptop. Yeah, I can just drag that straight in. And I'll just immediately mute that instead of worrying about deleting it or whatnot. Because once I'm done, I can just delete that track entirely. And that'll just get rid of this. I think I'll have it go for about this long, maybe. Let's see how long that is. Oh yeah, that's long enough for a slow zoom in. Oop. 1, 2, 3. This might be a good enough angle. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Excellente. Next up, we throw in his twitchy eye. If I click through like this, obviously it won't work, so I've got to like actually see where it starts and stuff. Where I started it. Alright, okay. It was around here-ish then, isn't it? And then, started from here. I should probably mute this as well. Trim starte. Let me go back over to chat. Okay. And then... maybe I should have to be a little bit shorter for that. Around here, yeah, that might be good. Alright, good. And then I can throw in this here. Just me here in chat. Yep, just you, Casp. As it was in previous ones. Because normally I have... Well, not normally, but sometimes I've had other people here. Like Second Baron, which I think you was in the chat last stream, I believe. But obviously, just some people have other things I want to do. Some people just don't want to bother watching a live stream. So, you know, it's not surprising. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I've got someone. So... Thanks for keeping me company, Casp. Yeah. Right, now I've got to throw this in, haven't I? This old file here. And got to figure out which was the best Neum. I think all the best Neums were done when I wasn't recording, so, you know, whatever. Well, that one's pretty good. Maybe. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Keep it there. Alright, cool. And then we trim the start, and then we go. See how long that lasts for? Quite a while, so let's just... leave that there, probably. Trim and boop. Alright, let's see how this looks. Okay. I feel like there's not really enough of, like, space here for when Dren stops, you know, moving. There we go. Alright. Right, okay, that's that then. Yeah, I'm glad you're thinking it looks epic, Casp. I think it's looking pretty good too. It's actually quite fun to do the sound stuff for the bit here where he pops out. Originally, I didn't have the sort of like noises when they come in here. That noise there. I have to use something from the short circuit. That's one of the short circuit sounds for that, and that's used for both of them getting out and them, you know, getting in. Technically different sounds from it, but they're both short circuit sounds. I know there's a sound there that's pretty good for, like, zooming off, but I'm not sure what it's actually from. It might be something related with Scout's bonk. I don't know. So, right now, you're probably not going to see much on screen. Is everything still? Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, yeah, why is it all cut down there? I guess nothing wrong with it being that cut down. Let me just hit Control S and make sure it's all saved before I try anything. Because there's one time... People say that Sony Vegas crashes a lot, but for me it's only really crashed once. Or maybe twice with something that I didn't actually care about. But it was once with editing the second part for Open Fortress that's, you know, going live next weekend. Unfortunately, I did save a little bit of it, but I still have to do a little bit more editing. Right. I'm currently going into the files to search for the sounds for TF. Just to see what I can find. Rate the sounds. That's odd. Yeah. It is indeed a little odd. Right. Player, let's see, we've got crit hit, crit death, double donk, drown, fire, flame out. What's flow? Oh, blood flow. What's jingle? I don't know, it's too short for me to properly register on that. Okay, cool, right. Okay, this is all canned stuff. For scout dodge. And that's him breathing. That's it, that's it, that's the sound. That's it. That is the sound I was looking for. PL_scout_jump. Right, so that's jump 1. Jump 2. Jump 3. Which I feel like I've used before. And jump 4. I think I'm going to go for... Jump 2, I think I'm going to go for. Right, okay. It's not going to be literally there, but I'm just going to put it there for the time being so I can figure out where it needs to go. Alright, here then, I think. Right, okay. That's him zooming off. Recharged. There's that sound as well, but you know. Right, let's see if I can find the... Okay, as replay, which is something that hasn't been involved in anything for a long time. YouTube starting upload. Oh, that's strange. So originally at some point, apparently you could just upload your replay straight to YouTube. But then they stopped basically using replays, which is dumb. And then Smash Wii U started doing it. And maybe Smash Ultimate, I don't know, I don't play Smash Ultimate. I don't have a Switch. I don't have a Swatch and a Swooch. Where would it be? It could be in UI, maybe. Let's button click. I don't need that. Dual game startup. Oh, that's all sounds. Oh, okay, cool. That's all actually song things. That's what I was looking for all the time, then. These are the things I was probably looking for. Halloween boss, don't need those. Hint I've already used before. Hit sound, item acquired. Blah blah blah. Don't need these item 1s at the moment. I'm sure they'll be useful for movement later on. Item crate, medic alert. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I don't know what menu focus is. I've got to find the one for when you get killed. That's all the voting ones. Trade, training scored. Button click. That's a dual challenge accepted. Hint, hit sound, item acquired, item bag. GUI. Sure, it's not going to be an item or item crate. Menu focus, I've already tried and it wasn't that. That's a very familiar sound. Back when you get like weapon unlocks every Thursday or something, I don't know. Okay, I get that. Scored. I've never heard that before in game. I'm like looking for the one that, like, you know when you get killed, right, and it will zoom in on the person who killed you? I'm trying to look for that one, but I can't find it for some reason. Maybe somewhere else, maybe. Let's see, what's in Misk? Oh, what's TF camera? Oh, okay. Sure, whatever. Ambient, coach, commentary, doors, items, MIDI, music, MBM, physics, PL Hoodoo, Platts, player, replay, UI, VO. Already tried UI and that was what, you know, got me here. Tell you what, I'm just going to Google it. I'm going to Google what the sound is for the sort of thing. Right, TF2 def cam sound. People are already searching for it apparently. Def cam. Rated achievements, but you know, it's not quite relevant. Is there a link to the actual sound file? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a link to it on the wiki. What is the name of the sound? Freeze underscore cam.wav in the MISC folder. Dun-dun. Right, okay. Well, I tried MISC, but maybe I just went over it. A, B, C, D, E, F. There we are, freeze cam. That's it! That's the one! There we go. Found it. Located. Located. Would it... Perfect. Yes. There we are. That's what I needed. Maybe I'll make it a little quieter. Right, okay. So I don't need any sounds here, because I've already got the portal closing sound. I'll probably have one for moving there, one for that. Some sort of like shifting noises. And then I'll put some dramatic music sort of here-ish. I'm going to go into the menu stuff again. What was it? Click, was it? I was in UI that I'm thinking of, technically. Yeah, I think that works pretty well for his eye twitching, I think. Okay, let me just find where those eye twitchings are. Oh, there's one. Right, let me just see how long this is. Okay, it might actually be better to put it there then, maybe. And hit Control-C on that. And then put it there. And then I've got to do the same thing. I'll just shift and copy them both. Okay. Around here. Right, so here-ish then is where it should go. Boop. Oh, yes, there we are. Oh, is there another one? No, it's just those two. Okay, good. There we are. That's that. Okay. So now I'm going to need some shifting ones. I think it's some of those item hat pickup ones. Which are either in here. Okay. Bald head pickup. item underscore bold head pickup, which literally just sounds like a slap. So I presume it's like if you got the bold head items, I think for engineer and scout, the ones that just remove their hats, you'd get that, which sounds hilarious. Back when you could get like hat drops more regularly. It's just a slap. That's all it is. Okay. So I don't need these ones. I think I just need the ones that I've got, you know, in right, so I think I know what I'm looking for in here. I'm looking for the item Sandvich pick up and drop, maybe. I'm just going to put that here and see how that one sounds. Drop. That works pretty good. What about pick up? And then there's, I'm pretty sure there's some other ones as well that I've got in here, maybe. Let's see now. Scout. Wood panel. Yeah, all the others just sort of like movement ones. So I'm gonna go for pickup. I'm gonna use that for his movement. Probably put it here. Ah, yeah, that's good. Ooh. Okay. Here, I'd probably go hat pickup, I'd imagine. Oh no, I'd probably do that for his actual, like, full turn later on, probably. Okay, and then probably item sandwich drop, maybe. For his sort of, like, movement here. How long's that? Okay. There's some pain noises as well that I need as well. So I'm going to see how these sound down here. That's not what I need. Maybe this one is. Maybe I just have that be quite quiet. That might work, maybe. If I put it down here. Technically, this is the SFX one, so I'm going to move those down into here. Oh yeah, that doesn't work at all. Unless I put it like here or something. There's some sort of sound, I think, for just sort of like a noise of sort of like pain from the scout. There's just sort of slight discomfort. Right, sound, voiceover. I'm just going to... Actually, no, searching scout isn't a good idea. I'm just going to new them all the way down to where scout is in the folders. Scout, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There we go. Paint Sharp 8 would work quite well, I think. Okay, give me a minute. I've got to make that a little quieter. Maybe I should do that. Okay, so how's that all looking now, all together? Oh, there's a little bit of lag there, but you know, whatever. I'll just play it from here then. Alright, that's everything done then. That has worked very well, I would say. So, from just Dren slapping in, this is how it is at the moment. And there we go. That is it so far. I've made quite a bit of progress. I've made in about like an hour, I've made, let's see, how many seconds of footage would this be? That's about 2 seconds in there. From 2 to 6, so 2... Oh, okay, yeah, including that. Yeah, it just makes it to 6. So from 10, 6... 21, so that's 11, 25, 28. That's about 18 seconds of footage, which may not sound like a lot, but in animation that's a fair bit. And granted, some of it isn't necessarily animation. This bit isn't, and this bit isn't quite animation. But it's still necessary stuff, and I did have to animate it zooming in, so, you know, kind of counts. But yeah, that's all of that done then. Just going to play through it one more time. I found the bit where Dren just sort of slaps into the ground and rolls really funny when I first edited it, because I edited that a long time ago, like before the first trailer was released. Where you see a little bit of Dren slapping to the ground, as well as earlier when Dren's spinning and goes, "What the hell's going on?" In the trailer that I released. But when I edited that, I was just laughing at it for ages. I just found it really funny for some reason. I might actually do a little bit more. I don't know where I could find a screech sound, but what I could do is I could get a critical hit sound, maybe, for the bit where he sort of stops. A, B... is critical hit sounds in here? Let's see now. Crit power. No. Okay. But I know there is a sort of like critical hit noise that exists. FX? What's in FX? Oh, okay, that's for like near misses and whatnot. Player maybe? That's what they are. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe. But just before that is when I'll have a crit sound, maybe. Just a very distant sort of... What's mini hits? Actually, I'm going to go with a normal crit hit. Put that there. Make it quieter. Make it quite a bit quieter, actually. About there-ish. Alright, there we are. At least for now, the crit will be a placeholder at least for now, and if I find a good whooshing sound, cartoonish screeching to a halt sound, I'll use that. Because I can find pretty good sounds in many different places. That was the sound I was looking for, but I can't remember what it was now, but I found a really good sound pack for it somewhere that was just free to use. I can't remember if it was for this, or if it was for something else. Oh yeah, it was for this, because it was a finger snap of Loz earlier. That, which allows him to close a portal, because he has weird portal powers for some reason. Because Loz is just OP for no reason, and that's what makes him funny. He's just inexplicably OP and stupid. Not necessarily stupid, he does, he does have his moments of intelligence in this, whole entire thing. But I think that's what makes an you can make an overpowered character interesting by either A, having to be a video game character, or B, just making him a fucking idiot. That's certainly one way to do it, at least. That's the way I find that works best. He's not even, that OP, really. I mean, there's a bit later on, which I think has sort of been hinted at with all those weird other characters that appear in CTF Landfall, that they're going to have an actual CTF match later on, basically. But yeah, that is that. And that is where I'm going to end it for today. I've gone for about 2 hours-ish. Let me go have a look on the actual thing. Yeah, 2 hours. 2 hours, 3 minutes. So, I've gone for long enough. About the regular amount I'd go for. But yeah, that was good. I'd say that went quite well. Yeah. But yeah, so... Oh, I don't know why that does a thing. But, so a few things I should mention. First of all, as I have mentioned, the next part 2 of the Open Fortress First Experiences is coming out next weekend, I believe. I'll probably also do a stream as well at some point, either on the Sunday or the Friday, like today, I suppose. I was thinking of getting a little bit of a stream schedule in order, but I'm not quite sure on that. Because basically I was thinking weekends I dedicate to streaming animation. So if I, say, did it on Saturday and Sunday in some weekends, or Friday and Sunday, I could get, 4 hours worth of work done on it, which is good. And then I can spend a week doing normal schoolwork. And then, 1 day in the week at some point, I could... Alternatively, one way to do it is I spend, Saturday or Sunday or both doing live streaming here, related to this, and then Friday I play a game of some kind. I've been wanting to finish Halo Reach for a while, and I was thinking earlier, I'll just play it myself. But then I realised that one of my friends wants to sort of, see my experiences with it. So I'm going to do that on live stream. So maybe next week, depending on what I've got on, you'll see a Halo Reach live stream, as well as at least one, hopefully 2, animation live streams. So that would be great. And, yeah. I was thinking of doing maybe, monthly gameplay videos. Because the Open Fortress one was fun to edit, the Open Fortress 2 one's fun to edit, and the Team Fortress 2 Classic one that I'm currently working on is fun to edit. So I might, just try and upload a video monthly, or at least... So this month's video was technically the Open Fortress Part 1. Next month, which starts next weekend, is Part 2. The 1 month after that would be the TF2C randomizer. And the month after that would be some more TF2C footage I've got, with a pretty fun map where it flooded, which was pretty cool. I think it was just called, Cough Flood. And, there's a part where it floods with lava, if you fall into it you die, and there's a part where it floods with water, and you can obviously swim in that. It was actually quite fun. I can also make some funny thumbnails with that, based on the meme, where it's it looks like the kid drowning, and then there's the other one with the parent holding up the other kid. So I could do that, and I could have it so Drenduh's in the drowning position, and then I don't know what I'd do with the rest of it, but, yeah. So that could be a pretty funny thumbnail. But I think that's all I've got to say. After that, I would probably not do the monthly uploads, and I keep streaming this. But basically, I have an idea for a video where I go back to just base TF2. After playing the mods, Team Fortress 2 Classic and Open Fortress, I think it'd be good to go back to Team Fortress 2. And I think it'd be a pretty big video, because I play a lot, condense it all down, have a little bit of an animation at the start as well, just sort of an intro thing that's a JoJo reference. Mainly because of the song it's using, but some of the actions as well. And then later on, I start a new sort of sub-series called The Dudes... At the moment, it's just called The Dudes of Dumbfuck. Basically, just me and some friends playing video games. And that would be the first installment of that. Us playing TF2. Because we've all got TF2. I'd hopefully be able to get them all to play TF2C and Open Fortress at some point as well. And then maybe some games that aren't Team Fortress related. But, you know, we'll have to see. I could at least get them to play maybe Black Ops 2, because, you know, we've got some ways to access that. And other free games as well. As long as they're, you know, easy enough to be run on a not too great platform. Because 2 of my friends don't have the best computers. One of them, Loz, because Loz is one of them who would be involved. He's got a great computer. I think his computer's better than mine, and mine's pretty freaking good. So, you know, yeah. And he's also got the room for, like, VR as well, so he could do that if he wanted to. Because I'm pretty sure his computer could cope with it. I think mine's almost at the level of coping with it, just not quite. And so I got a PS4 VR, so, you know, yeah. And I don't have the space in here. I just flat out do not have the space. Doesn't matter if I tied it up, wouldn't have the space. Loz, his place is massive. Anyway, that's enough weirdly personal stuff for today. I think I shall end it here. It's like 3 minutes past 9. It's been about, what? 2 hours, 7 minutes. 4 concurrent viewers. I'd say it's been a good stream, and I think having the laptop here to be able to see the chat is just so much better than just having to look at my tiny little phone. And, like, I don't need to, like, necessarily pause to do it. I just got to glance over, and I can still, you know, do stuff. Just glance in between and try and, like, read. And when I'm dead, instead of having to get down and have a look at it, and not even necessarily having the entire chat there, I can just turn over to the right and see it there, because desks are awesome when they're big enough. My previous one was not. But now I am actually going to finish it now. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, particularly Cass for being in the chat, as well as the other, like, 3 concurrent viewers who are here as well. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. I've enjoyed animating what I've done. I've enjoyed editing what I've done. And I'll see you all next time. Hopefully next weekend. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah. Next weekend, around the same time where I'd normally stream, is when Open Fortress Part 2 is going to be released. So yeah, feel free to watch that then. But yeah. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Especially Cass for being here for the entire stream, but I've already mentioned you enough. So I think you understand how grateful I am for you being here, as well as everyone else here. Just, I don't have names to refer to, because none of you are using the chat. Anyway, now we're absolutely finishing it. So I'm Drenduh Tyrof, and I'll catch you on the flip side.